Greetings, good people. Thanks for clicking on the video and welcome. All right, so it is Hot Topics time. And in this video, we're going to be covering the latest celebrity updates. We're going to be talking about Dolly Parton, her recent health scare. All right, we're going to get into Kandi Burruss's tough career decision. Next up is Druski's lawsuit update, or the lawsuit that he was involved in, and also the highly anticipated return of Caresha, please. All right, so before we get into those topics, please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button, and be sure to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Thank you. So without further ado, let's get into Sister Dolly Parton. So her sister took to social media recently and asked for fans and supporters to pray for her sister. Okay. She didn't give much detail. She just basically said that Dolly Parton wasn't feeling well. Well, Dolly Parton came online to let everybody know she ain't dead yet. All right. So let's take a look and a listen at what Sister Dolly had to say. Like to hear it? Here it goes.
Need to say, I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here. Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease. I wanted to say, I know lately, and I appreciate your prayers because I'm a person of faith. I can always use the prayers for anything and everything. But I want you to know that I'm okay, and I appreciate your prayers. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to say. And I'm not ready to die yet. I don't think God is through with me, and I ain't done working. So I love you for caring, and keep praying for me.
Right. So in a longer video on a different platform, I think I seen it on, I forgot where I seen it. But anyway, she did state that she has some health challenges and she canceled a lot of her shows, some of her shows. She said it's nothing major. However, she did have to cancel some events to be closer to home. Right. So like she said she ain't done working. Now, a lot of people think that this is possibly AI. In this day and age, anything is possible. Okay. So like I said, her sister, she came on to social media, and then after Dolly Parton gave her update and said that she's fine, she's all right. Freida, who is Dolly Parton's sister, came back to social media and said, I want to clear something up. I didn't mean to scare anyone or make it sound so serious when asking for prayers for Dolly. She's been a little under the weather, and I simply asked for prayers because I believe so strongly in the power of prayer. It was nothing more than a little sister asking for prayers for her big sister. Thank you all for lifting her up. Your love truly makes a difference. So I do think that there is something going on. I do think that Dolly Parton is entitled to her privacy, although she is loved by many. And I can understand why I can understand her sister asking for prayers. However, was it a wise thing to do? Maybe the intention was good, but probably not. If anything, Dolly Parton should have been the one to come out and say, hey, you guys, I canceled a couple of shows. I got a little health challenges. She said that when her husband died, she wasn't really taking care of herself. And now she's focusing on taking care of her health. She wants to be closer to home, etc. I think Dolly Parton should have been the one to come to social media. Yeah, social media is a beast. When you come online saying things like that, people are automatically going to assume the worst. Now, is that an AI video? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. When I saw Dolly Parton giving this statement, the first person that I thought about was Gladys Knight. Remember, her son was saying that her husband
So
has been
anyhow,
saying that her husband has been making her work and taking her money, so on and so forth. And there was a statement that was given to People magazine, but we did not see Gladys Knight live and in living color on a video saying that she's fine and she's okay. She's on tour, and I don't think nobody has really reported any major issues. Some people said that she forgot a couple of words to the song and she was singing the song out of order and she had to be guided off the stage, but we don't know. We don't know. So I wish Dolly all the best. I think I'm hoping that her sister had good intentions, but I think that was a poor decision to come to social media asking for prayers, saying that Dolly's not feeling well, and not giving Dolly Parton the chance to actually tell everybody herself. So you just got to be careful in this social media age. But we wish Dolly and her sister all the best. Hopefully this won't drive a wedge between them. All right, up next, Sister Kandi Burruss formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta. You guys know that she stepped away from Real Housewives of Atlanta because she wanted to basically dive into other ventures. You know, Kandi is a multifaceted queen. All right. But unfortunately, she recently admitted that she and her husband Todd took a major financial hit with their restaurant businesses. So I'm pretty sure you guys have probably already heard that she revealed that they had to make the tough decision to shut down the old lady gang locations because they were spending more money than they were actually bringing in, which simply wasn't profitable. Now, the restaurant business is tough. You hear plenty of people say that. There are plenty of people who had failed businesses in the restaurant industry, in the food and beverage industry, and it is tough. I think Kandi, she's another one. She had great intentions. She wanted to broaden her horizons. The good thing is um, that she may have taken a financial hit, but it didn't leave her destitute and completely down and out. You know, she has her hands in many other pots, so she's keeping business and money rolling in. Um, but I'm pretty sure that she spent a lot more money than what was coming in. And then also too, with social media, people were visiting the locations, and I heard mixed reviews, but I seen and heard more negative reviews than good reviews. And she did use the show Housewives of Atlanta to her advantage. She was on the show. She made the best of it. She used the show to promote her businesses, which is the smart thing to do. So I think Kandi will be fine as long as she has $1 million ideas. It is going to take a lot of time, grind, patience, and money losses, but I think that she will be fine. She's disciplined enough to keep going. Very, very business minded. Okay, so on top of that, the couple was hit with a lawsuit for $154,009 in back rent owed to the landlord for Blaze Steak and Seafood. Oh yeah, I remember there were a lot of negative. Oof. Yeah, it was a lot of bad press around Blaze Steak and Seafood, I recall. Kandi explained that the economy has shifted and money isn't circulating the way it once was, meaning even celebrities are having to make adjustments. Adding to the financial strain, she's no longer earning the reported 2.4 million per season from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Word around the industry is that she and Todd may have had their hands in too many ventures at once, stretching themselves thin. All right, let's see what the comments are saying. Someone wrote, she's an incredible businesswoman, so I'm sure it was for the best. Yeah, as a business person, it's a gamble. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Know when to quit and walk away or whatever the song lyrics said. So I think that was the best decision. And not to mention one of her aunts is facing serious health issues. So I'm pretty sure that she'll have more time, hopefully, to spend with her aunt because she's not doing so many things and running so many businesses, and it's just a lot. She had to endure a lot recently, but she's pressing on. She got her podcast where she's sitting down doing interviews. She interviewed Leandria Johnson. She recently interviewed Juicy Smoulier. So Kandi is doing her thing. Someone else said, I remember Kandi telling Todd it wasn't a good idea to open a restaurant, but she went along with it because that is what Todd wanted. Well, so someone else said, Atlanta Ben knew this. I like Todd and Kandi, but the restaurant industry is having issues due to the economy. But let's be honest, the food wasn't the best, yikes, after the initial run. Also, it became more of a tourist location than an ATL staple. Peters Street is changing drastically, and Camp Creek is what it is. I mean, I visiting the CC locator, I don't know what that means, and needed the Wi-Fi for a meeting, and they told me and three other tables, we don't give out the guest Wi-Fi to our guests. LOL. Bottom line is, it takes more than a celebrity name nowadays to keep a spot running. Truth be told, the best ATL restaurants aren't even attached to a celebrity. They have great hospitality, food, drinks, and marketing. This is coming from someone who has been on the marketing side of multiple restaurants, black and corporate style. Yeah. Okay. There you have it. Aside from some of the typos, I respect it. I respect it. I wish Kandi all the best. I think she'll be perfectly fine. she had a lot of scrutiny surrounding that restaurant. At least she could say that she tried it. And if she ever mentors anyone and they want to go into the restaurant business, because she has firsthand experience and she put up her own capital, right? She can mentor that person and she can guide someone in the right direction and tell them what to do, what to stay away from, connections that she's made. So it's just another notch under her belt. She tried it. It wasn't for her. It didn't work out. And now you move on. Such is life, But the good thing is at least she said that she did it. And she was so very, very supportive of Todd, very supportive of her husband. All right, moving along. Druski. Okay, so you guys remember when a woman accused Druski, and she also accused Odell Beckham and Diddy of SAing her. And then it was already her claims were already disproven. It was already proven that Druski wasn't even famous. I think he was working at a restaurant, TGI Fridays, something like that. And there was pictures and evidence of him working at a chain restaurant. He was nowhere near where the woman claimed the incident happened. Well, her legal representation is trying to basically disassociate themselves from her, okay? So the attorneys representing the woman suing Sean Diddy Combs, Odell Beckham Jr., and comedian Druski are now asking to withdraw from the case entirely, citing a total breakdown in communication with their client. First of all, the lawyer, I hope the judge says, no, you have to stay. I hope the judge rejects the request, because you should have done your homework. You were so ready to jump on this Diddy train, and when everybody was suing him left and right, you were so thirsty to jump on this train that you didn't even do your research. You should have done your research to know that Druski, as far as Odell Beckham, I don't know. I think that was disproven too, but I know for sure the Druski allegation was disproven. You were so thirsty for a bag and to be attached to Diddy that you didn't even do your homework. You didn't even do your simple math, carry the one, count on your fingers, So yeah, I hope the judge rejects this request, and I hope you stuck with this moron with these false allegations, okay? Now, continuing on, according to the new motion filed in federal court in the Northern District of California, both lawyers said irreconcilable differences have made continued representation unreasonably difficult. They're requesting permission to be relieved of all duties in the matter, saying the working relationship has completely deteriorated. Yeah, I bet it has. Diddy has already been sentenced, so it ain't nothing for you to get because, again, her claims have been disproven, at least as far as Druski is concerned. So your case is basically falling apart. Anyway, the case originally filed in early 2024 accuses the defendant of a series of shocking acts, including alleged sex trafficking, the mood-altering substances, and SA. In her complaint, the unnamed plaintiff claims that she was transported across state lines, supplied with drugs, and hands were put on her during parties tied to Diddy's alleged network of associates. The filing also names Beckham and Druski as participants or witnesses in related alleged misconduct. All defendants have denied wrongdoing, calling the lawsuit false and defamatory. I wonder if Druski is going to countersue, because he definitely has a claim. Now, with both of their attorneys moving to exit the case, both of her attorneys, moving to exit the case, it's unclear whether the plaintiff will secure new representation or continue on her own. Good luck. Legal experts note that if the court approves the withdrawal, the case could be delayed or even dismissed if she fails to obtain counsel. The fact that the judge is even entertaining this, as far as Druski is concerned, is insane. It's insane. The motion marks another twist in a case already drawing intense attention for its explosive celebrity connections and disturbing accusations. Yeah, you thought you had one there. Somebody said, watch this case get dismissed. Someone else said, the BISH lion. That's why. Yeah, but whoever it is that is representing her, the two lawyers that are representing her, I hope the judge dismisses their request to be dismissed, to be separated from her as a client. Nah, you're going to ride this all the way out to the end, you fool. That was absolutely unwise, and it was stupid. You didn't do your homework. Again, trying to jump on what you thought was a gravy train. Anyway, moving along. So Young Miami, this was crazy. They be trolling the heck out of this girl. So she basically is preparing to launch a new season of her podcast, Caresha, Please. All right. So she took to social media stating, I need a list of guests y'all would like to see on Caresha, Please. Please and thank you. Look at what people wrote in the comments. Cassie, I don't find that funny. I absolutely don't find that funny at all. Someone said Cardi, Cassie, Mariah the Scientist, Remy. I agree with Mariah the Scientist. I think her first guest should be Mariah the Scientist. I think they're cool, if I'm not mistaken. Cassie, Jane Doe, Dawn, Aubrey O'Day. Wow. Wow. Someone else wrote, why would we do this work for you? Figure it out like we got to. Someone said Cardi B. Someone said Shamar. The first episode better be JT and Santana. Next, Cassie, then Mariah the Scientist. I don't think she's going to have JT on her show at all. I don't think they speak or associate with each other anymore. Someone said, oh, Diddy's still funding behind the scenes. Wow. This girl is, unfortunately, because of her association with Diddy, unfortunately for her, because of her very close association with Diddy, she's going to be trolled a lot. And I hope her skin is thick, because for people to say Cassie should be your first guest, first of all, that's so insensitive. I know they're trying to be funny towards her, but I don't think that's funny. Cassie has endured enough. You know, I'm probably going to do a separate video talking about how I feel that Cassie truly didn't receive justice. But that's a whole nother story for a different day. I know some people may disagree, but I might do a video and give my full breakdown on that. But if for those of you who watch Caresha, Please, who do you think that she should have on her podcast? I agree with Mariah the Scientist. Someone said Cardi. That might be awkward. I don't think they have the greatest relationship. Little Dirk girlfriend, yeah, because Little Dirk is locked up. I agree with that. Mariah. A lot of people say Mariah the Scientist. Yaya Mayweather. Young Thug, please no. Please no. Please don't have Young Thug. India, Yaya. I think Gina. That's another one of Diddy's girlfriends who Young Miami she pretty much dissed online. Dissed her in a terrible way. Tiana Taylor, that's a good one. Do you guys think that Caresha Please is going to last? Do you think that because she was so closely associated with Diddy, and Diddy's reputation at the moment is just disintegrating before our eyes, do you think that she'll be able to maintain her brand? And do you still think that Caresha Please will go on, will be a thing? Caresha gonna have to get extremely messy, because that's the only way people most likely are going to tune in, because you know people like the mess. So either way, I wish her luck. She's definitely gonna need it. I wish her luck. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. I am signing off. Please don't forget to like the video, drop down in the comments, and share your thoughts. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel so that you can stay in the know when I drop videos on hot celebrity news, gossip, tea, reality TV, so on and so forth. Okay. All right, I'm signing off, but I will be back, and hopefully you will too. I love you for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you later.